Hello there, my beautiful bookish souls. I thought that today I would start off the March Hares and Mad Hatters theme with something a bit more fun and a bit more light-hearted. So I found a couple of quizzes which are going to tell me which Alice in Wonderland character I should be, and I thought I might take them with you. If you feel like taking this quiz along with me, I will post a link to it down below. So take a moment to pause this video and open up that link and let's do the quiz. Blah 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 blah, Alice in Wonderland stuff. Let's play. Question number 1 is, in the classroom, you are the student most likely to be tardy, tell the teacher that he or she is wrong about something, find a way to get out of class early, ask an annoying amount of questions, or offer to help someone else with their homework. I probably be the last one. For a moment I thought I might be the second last one, ask an annoying amount of questions, but I really can't stand people that ask a lot of questions in classes, so I have a feeling that I wouldn't want to be one myself, so we'll go with the last one. Which movie would you prefer to watch? Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Avatar, The Devil Wears Prada, Toy Story 3, or The Others? Oh, these are all very bizarre choices. I feel like I'd rather watch Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas just because I haven't seen it yet and I know that it's supposed to be a classic movie. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would you choose? Kale, raw fish, bread and butter, cherry tart with a side of turkey, or medium rare steak? I'm definitely gonna have to go with bread and butter because the rest of them sound a little bit too rich and bizarre for me to feel like I could handle for an extended period of time. The blander the food is, the more likely I am to eat it on a regular basis. What would you be most likely to do in a crisis situation? Good question. Start snapping at people around you, turn pale and start fidgeting, get out of there as fast as possible, protect whoever needed protecting, or embrace the chaos. I might turn pale and start fidgeting. What do they mean by a crisis situation? Like, how chaotic is this crisis situation really? Are we talking like zombie apocalypse, or are we talking just like a rough day at work where everything's turned to shit and you have to problem solve your way out of it? This is, or like World War III? Is this supposed to be like super duper crisis? Because if that's the case, I'd probably end up taking charge, which means I guess I'd either be protecting or snapping, depending on what kind of take charge I am. And because I like to believe the good in myself, I'm gonna go with this one. Which literary character do you most identify with? Harry Potter, Sauron, Sherlock Holmes, Don Quixote, and the Cowardly Lion. Now, I don't know much about Don Quixote in terms of like personality traits. Should I find out about him or just choose from the other ones? I don't think I'm a Cowardly Lion. I really definitely don't identify with Harry Potter. Harry Potter actually annoys the crap out of me. And I definitely don't identify with Sauron, which is leaving me with Sherlock Holmes, which seems a little bit odd. But is the only one left, unless Don Quixote is secretly the person that I should have said I identified with. If you have a crush on someone, what are you most likely to do? Clam up and start sweating, play it cool, ask them all about themselves, try to impress them with some feat of something. What, I don't even know what that is, or kick them in the shin. Asking them about themselves. What is your idea of a fantasy vacation? Ooh. Okay. Medieval camp for adults, getting off the grid, exploring an uncharted isle, Eating your way through Europe or lying on a beach somewhere being fanned and fed grapes by the locals. What the hell? Medieval themed camp would be awesome, but so would eating your way through Europe. So if it's a fantasy vacation, I'll go with the top one because that's at least a little bit kind of fantasy related. If it had nothing to do with the genre of fantasy, then I just clicked the wrong one. But that, too late. If you found a piece of cake in the office kitchen, what would you do with it? Make sure it was returned to the rightful owner, pretend you bought it for your boss, and present it as a gift. Eat just enough so that no one would know it had been touched. Eat every last crumb, or send a note around about how this kind of thing attracts bugs. What about just not doing anything and letting the dude go and eat his cake when he wants to eat it? I mean, I guess the closest thing to that is returning it to the rightful owner, but seriously, there's cake in the kitchen. Don't touch it. If you were a pop star, you would most likely be David Bowie, Taylor Swift, Kanye West, Don't Ever Sing in Front of People Ever, or Lady Gaga. Boring as it sounds, oh, I'd probably be Taylor Swift of all of those. I don't really want to be Taylor Swift. Not that I have anything against Taylor Swift, but she just seems like such a bland option, but I guess that's me. Last one. How is a raven like a writing desk? Yes! I don't do riddles. One is good for writing books and the other better for biting rooks. That doesn't make any sense. Why? That's a silly question. Depends which raven and writing desk we're talking about. Or there's a raven? Where is it? Ravens have dangerous, sharp bills. That's a silly... That's... Where are the rest of the awesome answers? I'm gonna go with that one. Oh, okay. I am the White Knight. I might be afraid of sharks, but I am a daring protector when someone needs your help on part of the chessboard. Oh, that's kind of cool. There I am. Well, there you go. So that is my Alice in Wonderland character, apparently. If you did this quiz along with me, or if you feel like doing this quiz in your own time, let me know in the comments down below what character you got and what it said about your character, because I'm curious to see how accurate you guys think these answers are. So that was technically the first video in my March Hares and Mad Hatters theme. I know it wasn't particularly in-depth or interesting, but it was a little something to get us started off that was a bit fun and a bit light-hearted. Don't forget to let me know in the comments what character you got and whether or not you agree with it. I will have more videos up very shortly for you, I am sure, and in the meanwhile, stay classic. I'm sure you're all wondering why I gathered you here today. Well, the truth is, I have some buttons for you to click.